Brakti Yahweh, Brakti Hawashai, Brakti Yahweh, Brakti Hawashai, Brakti Yahweh, Brakti Hawashai, Kala Lalim La Yahweh, Allahaynu, Hashem Yahashai, Bashem Rakakodash. Double honors to the apostles, bishops, prophets of Great Millstone, whom I am a student of and still learning. You know, the Bible is a very full of life and extensive piece of literature, or that covers every part of life. And I don't know yet. It's a very extensive, and a book is very alive, and covers every part of life. And in this carnal flesh, it'll take a couple of lifetimes to really sort of absorb it. But the men of the Lord, the prophets of Great Millstone, starting with the apostles on down, who are the mouthpieces of Yahweh Hashem Yashai, are the chosen ones in terms of relaying the message, and for you to get the understanding. And not everybody can get the understanding and even have the name. So what little you have, you run with it, and whatever amount you have, and that's a beautiful thing. So I'm going to go into a video. Which one is it? No, it's not that one. A Fallen Culture by John MacArthur. I think Jacqueline Batalora, who is also a historian and a writer, also did say that once being a homosexual is amplified in a society, and the normalcy, of husband, wife, children is taken out of the equation, and everything that is of that sort of nature, homosexual nature, and other parts of it, be it bestiality and all those kind of things, and drag queens are brought into effect. That's when we are at the climax of a society ending, and we saw that, and we read about it. I'm sure we did see it because we were all there. We come back every third or fourth generation, and a lot of, and we also read about it in Genesis, or what happened in Sodom and Gomorrah. Where you had even homosexuals trying to, who wanted to, know, and I said the word "know" in speech marks means that they wanted to have sex with the angels. That's how filthy those bundle of sticks were. And you come back and you're the same lot. A lot of those, Jakes who are homosexuals are here today. A lot of your stars, your rap superstars, your movie superstars. Esau's a Mo anyway, right? That's their nature. Moab, Elam, Ishmael, especially Ishmael, as well as Esau. They're a bunch of Mo's anyway. But when Jake does it, Jake takes it to another level, When they're a Mo, they're the biggest Mo, Look at P. Diddy, for example. He's the biggest Mo. And those same spirits are back here today, Let's just play what he's going to say.
Sexuality is the ultimate perversion of manhood. And it is, by the way, the end of society. When I say the West has fallen, I say it particularly because in 2003, the United States legalized sodomy. In 2015, they legalized homosexual marriage. And here we are in 2022, featuring the ultimate degradation of homosexuality, which is drag queens in elementary schools, grooming kids to be as perverted as a male could possibly be. And the government is demanding acceptance for these people, if not making them the priority. Where you have homosexuality, you have the end of a culture. When it is legalized, the way it has been in this country, when it is normalized so that they can be married, and when it is praised and elevated, the culture has fallen. Homosexuality is the ultimate perversion of manhood. And it is, by the way, the end of society. When I say the West has fallen, I say it particularly because in 2003, the United States legalized sodomy. In 2015, they legalized homosexual marriage. And here we are in 2022, featuring the ultimate degradation of homosexuality, which is drag queens in elementary schools, grooming kids to be as perverted as a male could possibly be. And the government is demanding acceptance for these people, if not making them the priority. Where you have homosexuality, you have the end of a culture. When it is legalized, the way it has been in this country, when it is normalized so that they can be married, and when it is praised and elevated, the culture has fallen. Homosexuality.
Okay. There you go. And which goes to show that we're closer and closer to the end. Closer and closer to the end. And may that day come forth as soon as possible. I'm just going to read Genesis 19, just to show you and sort of give you a comparison of what's going to happen in America. Okay, please bear with me, and I'll try and keep the video short. Genesis 19, and they came two angels to Sodom, and Lot sat in the gate of Sodom, and Lot, seeing them, rose up to meet them. Excuse me. And he bowed himself with his face toward the ground. And he said, Behold now, my lords, turn in, I pray you, into your servant's house, and tarry all night, and wash your feet, and you shall rise up early and go on your ways. And they said, Nay, we will abide in the street all night. And he pressed upon them greatly, and they turned in unto him, and entered his house. And he made them a feast, and did bake unleavened bread, and they did eat. But before they lay down, the men of the sea, even the men of Sodom, compassed the house around, both old and young, all the people from every quarter. And they called unto Lot and said unto him, Where are the men which came into thee this night? Bring them out unto us, that we may know them. Okay, so they're a bunch of bundle of sticks, different ages, old and young. And Lot was being a good host, made them flatbread, which is like, how Jakes have a lot of roti, or a lot of Galats have flatbread, unleavened bread, which is basically Jake food, Mediterranean food. My mother makes the same stuff, flatbread, unleavened bread, right? And, Lot being, he'd be a Jake today. Lot being a good host, fed them and everything, and baked them unleavened bread and everything. And then these Sodomites came over saying, Listen, where are those men? We want to know them. And when they say know them, they mean it in a sexual manner, okay? And Lot went out the door unto them and shut the door after him and said, I pray you, brethren, do not so wickedly. Behold now, I have two daughters which have not known man. Let me, I pray you, bring them out unto you, and do ye to them as is good in your eyes. Only unto these men do nothing, for therefore came they under the shadow of my roof. Lot offered his two daughters, okay? And could you listen? The women are attractive today. Can you imagine how attractive they were back then? Curvy, beautiful, long dresses. We're men. They're probably buxom. Nicely shaped and everything, untouched. No one's seen them naked. No one's even known them. Right? He offered them, his daughters, to those Sodomites. They said, "Nah, leave the men alone, or leave the angels alone." Okay. And they don't want that. They don't want any women. And that's a foul spirit, where you want a hairy-chested man. If you're a Sodomite, and instead of a beautiful, curvy, curvy, sexy woman, right? I'm just speaking in layman's terms, got to be a little bit frank with these words just to sort of elaborate on how foul that kind of spirit is. How, as a man, that we love women, and there's spirits out there that are just disgusting, right? And verse 9, and they said, stand back. And they said again, this one fellow came in to sojourn, and he will needs be a judge. Now will we deal worse with thee than with them? And they pressed sore upon the man, even Lot, and came near to break the door. But the men put forth their hand and pulled Lot into the house to them and shut the door. And they smote the men that were at the door of the house with blindness, both small and great, so they wearied themselves to find the door. And the men said unto Lot, hast thou here any besides son-in-law, and thy sons and thy daughters? Whatsoever thou hast in the city, bring them out of this place. For we will destroy this place, because the cry of them is waxen great before the face of the Lord, and the Lord hath sent us to destroy it. Okay? So basically, they warned Lot, okay? The angels actually came to destroy the city, right? Okay? Because they know that all that sodomy and foulness had got to the point where, the Lord, Abanawa Yahweh, right? Bahashem Yahushai was fed up. It was just way too much. It's got to the point, where it's getting to now. Okay? And they said to his family, to Lot, his sons-in-laws, was it sons-in-laws, right? Son-in-law, and thy sons, and thy daughters, bring them out of this place. Leave the city. Verse 13, for we will destroy this place, because the cry of them is waxen great before the face of the Lord, and the Lord hath sent us to destroy it. And Lot went out and spake unto his sons-in-law, which married his daughters, and said, up, get you out of this place, for the Lord will destroy this city. But he seemed as one that mocked unto his sons-in-law. And when the morning arose, then the angels hastened Lot, saying, arise, take thy wife and thy 2 daughters, which are here, lest thou be consumed in the iniquity of the city. They say, okay, you lot better just get out of here, okay? Something's going to go down. Because they knew that, the city is going to be no more. It's going to be decimated. Verse 16, and while he lingered, the men laid upon his hand, and upon the hand of his wife, and upon the hand of his 2 daughters, the Lord being merciful unto him. They brought him forth and set him without the city. And it came to pass, when they had brought them forth abroad, that he said, escape for thy life, look not behind thee, neither stay thou in all the plain. Escape to the mountain, lest thou be consumed. Okay, so basically, run out of the city, don't look behind. Don't worry about what you're leaving behind. Just take a basic bare minimum with you. Just have the clothes in your back and the shoes or slippers or whatever kind of clothes they were wearing on your feet, and just basically make a run for it. And don't look behind. Forget about it. Dust off your shoulders and just keep it moving. And Lot said unto them, oh, not so, my Lord. Behold, now thy servant hath found grace in thy sight, and thou hast magnified thy mercy, which thou hast shewed unto me in saving my life. And I cannot escape to the mountain, lest some evil take me and I die. Behold, now this city is near to flee unto, and it is a little one. Or let me escape thither. Is it not a little one? And my soul shall live. And he said unto him, see, I have accepted thee concerning this thing also, that I will not overthrow this city for the which thou hast spoken. Haste thee, escape thither, for I cannot do anything till thou be come thither. Therefore the name of the city was called Zoar. The sun was risen upon the earth when Lot entered into Zoar. The Lord rained upon Sodom and upon Gomorrah brimstone fire from the Lord out of heaven. Okay? Now, the equivalent of that today would be the nuclear weapons, okay? But at that time, this is very real, because the pillar of salt is still there, of Lot's wife, who looked behind. because she was living good, eating good, they had money, they were wealthy, right? So that pillar of salt is still there. And also the residue of that land, Sodom and Gomorrah, was analyzed, okay? And when the residue was analyzed and burnt, it burnt purple or a blue color, a purple bluey color, which is the hottest flame, okay? Which goes to show this happened, and obviously it did happen, okay? Okay, just to give some some kind of transparency to the matter and the fact that this is real, right? Verse 25, and he overthrew those cities and all the plain and all the inhabitants of the cities and that which grew upon the ground. But his wife looked back from behind, and she became a pillar of salt. And she's there to this day, a pillar of salt. Okay, because once a water is taken out of the flesh, what are you? Just salt. So she looked back, and then that's it. She was taken out. And Abraham got up early in the morning to the place where he stood before the Lord, and he looked towards Sodom and Gomorrah and toward all the land of the plain, and behold, and lo, the smoke of the country went up as the smoke of a furnace. And it came to pass, when the Most High destroyed the cities of the plain, that God remembered Abraham, and sent Lot out of the midst of the overthrow, when he overthrew the cities in which Lot dwelt. Lot went up out of Zoar and dwelt in the mountain, and his 2 daughters with him, for he feared to dwell in Zoar, and he dwelt in a cave, he and his 2 daughters. And the firstborn said unto the younger, Our father is old, there is not a man in the earth to come in unto us after the manner of all the earth. Okay, this is going into another matter, right? Okay, so there was no men left. Okay, shall I finish this off? Verse 38. Yeah, since I started reading off, I'll finish it off, okay? Okay, this is quite, graphic in terms of what it's focusing on, okay? Lot had 2 daughters, okay? And what happened here was their daughters consulted amongst themselves, saying that, yeah, listen, there ain't no men anymore, or men around, and let us, have sex with our father, and create, so they wanted to have children. And this is the reason. This is how you got Moabites, so-called Chinese, and the Ammonites, the so-called Japanese. That's why they look the way they do. They're inbred. Most of them, 98, 99% of them wear glasses. They're slow. They're soulless. They eat all sorts of abomination, because it's like you mate a dog. Let's just say 2 dogs, a brother and sister together. What's going to happen? You're going to have the pups are going to be mad. They're going to be crazy in the head. Okay. So like, what do you call them? Down syndrome. When someone's Down syndrome or slow, what they call a Mongol baby or a Mongoloid baby, what do they look like? They look as so-called Chinese or Japanese. Okay, so this is what happened. So, yeah, I mean, they left the city of Sodom and Gomorrah, and his dumbass daughters, committed incest. It was meant to happen, to create the Moabite and Ammonite race, or Okay, and the firstborn said unto the younger, Our father is old, and there is not a man in the earth to come in unto us after all the men of the earth come into us. Basically, no man to basically slide up in them, to penetrate them. Okay. Come, let us make our father drink wine. So they got their dad drunk, and we will lie with him, that we may preserve seed of our father. Okay, so they got him drunk. Okay, and obviously when a man is drunk, you men that have been with women, when you're drunk and that you're relaxed and that your woman's with you and that, she may go down on you to get you solid, and then she's going to do what she's going to do, right? And this, is more than likely what they did. Okay, because no father in his right mind is going to get drunk and touch his own children like that. That's some foul shit. Basically, this is what his daughters thought of. Verse 33, and they made their father drink wine that night, and the firstborn went in and lay with her father, and he perceived not when she lay down, nor when she arose. So basically, he perceived not. He didn't know that when she lay down with him or when she arose. Okay, the wine's strong today. Can you only imagine how strong the wine was back then? You probably have a glass of it. You probably on your back. You probably be on your backside. Because we're talking about a time when wine was wine. Okay, food was actual food. Verse 34, and it came to pass on the morrow that the firstborn said unto the younger, behold, I lay yesterday night with my father. Let us make him drink wine this night also, and go thou in and lie with him, that we may preserve seed of our father. Okay, verse 85. And they made their father drink wine that night also, and the younger rose and lay with him. And he perceived not when she lay down, nor when she arose. Okay, that's the second daughter. Okay, so Moab and Ammon. Verse 36, thus were both daughters of Lot with child by their father. Incest. Verse 37, and the firstborn bare a son called his name Moab, so-called Chinese today, and the same is the father of the Moabites unto the city. Okay. And the younger, she also bare a son and called his name Benami. The same is the father of the children of Ammon unto this day. Okay, that's how you get the Chinese and Japanese. Okay. Now, this is just letting you know there's nothing new under the sun. It's going to happen again, along with the children of Israel being in captivity in America. Okay. And so therefore, America is going to be decimated the way Sodom and Gomorrah was, because we're approaching that time. Okay. So what I'm going to do is right now is just play this video one more time, just to let you know where we are. And Jacqueline Batalora also said this as well, And a lot of these videos that are deeply elaborate on are on Elder Malcolm's channel. Who's a very studious elder. Really great with information. And I suggest you go onto his channel, man. GMS Maccabean Spirit, or the other one is Malcolm. That's MAALCHAMAAH. Just to be, which I'm sure it is. Where are we? Where's that video? There we go.
Is the ultimate perversion of manhood. And it is, by the way, the end of society. When I say the West has fallen, I say it particularly because in 2003, the United States legalized sodomy. In 2015, they legalized homosexual marriage. And here we are in 2022, featuring the ultimate degradation of homosexuality, which is drag queens in elementary schools, grooming kids to be as perverted as a male could possibly be. And the government is demanding acceptance for these people, if not making them the priority. Where you have homosexuality, you have the end of a culture. When it is legalized, the way it has been in this country, when it is normalized so that they can be married, and when it is praised and elevated, the culture has fallen. Homosexuality is the ultimate perversion of manhood.
Which it is. It's foul. It's disgusting. Okay? And read Leviticus 20:13. If a man also lie with mankind as he lieth with a woman, okay, what do you do when you lie with a woman? When you have, one man, one woman, no freaky shit, okay, no threesomes like two women and one man. That's foul. One man, one woman. You have sex romantically with your woman, okay. But on this case, this is referring to if a man also lie with mankind. Two men lying together, which is disgusting. Okay, both of them have committed an abomination. They shall surely be put to death. Their blood shall be upon them. You do foul acts like that, what's going to happen? They should be burnt up. So basically, America is just a large, altar of sacrifice, which the Lord is going to smote, is going to burn up with 200 million warheads. Okay, nukes hitting America, as well as other parts of the world, to decimate it. Okay, so we're at the end. Okay, and each day you get through, the Lord wakes you up, is another day closer. This place is going to fall, and may fall ASAP. Anyway, I just wanted to touch on that. All praises to Yahweh, B'Hashem Yahushai, B'Hashem HaKakodash. Shalom.